When it comes to Jurassic World or Jurassic Park, this franchise overall is one that I'm always going to be excited for whenever they announce a new movie. Sure, the previous movie or previous movies may, have disappointed me, but whenever a new one comes out, there's like this hopeful optimism that I can get behind because I just want these to be good and I want that to enjoy them. So when I actually saw the Jurassic World Rebirth trailer, I was super excited because it seemed like we were getting down to basics of people find themselves in a situation that they think they're equipped for, but they're not. And, humans have to run from dinosaurs, right? And that's pretty much what it is. My barometer going into this was going to be like, is it as fun as Jurassic Park 3? I am an unapologetic person when it comes to Jurassic Park 3. I thought that was a fun movie. Of course, nothing's going to touch the original Jurassic Park. That's a masterpiece in every sense. But you know what? With the rest of them, I just want to have fun, right? Jurassic Park 3 was embodiment of that. And I'm not saying that Jurassic World Rebirth is like that. I think it, kind of has the simple nature, right? With Jurassic Park 3, they, gave an excuse of why they had to go back to Dinosaur Island, for lack of a better name, right? And then it's like, okay, we have to survive. So same thing with Jurassic World Rebirth. There's a plot element, and this group of people go. They know that it's a dangerous mission, and then they find themselves, up against hurdles that they tried to account for, but just couldn't, right? And, it's about their survival. So what I appreciate about this movie is that it gives us new dinosaurs as well. The water sequences are really, really fun. Something that we've not seen. There's flying dinosaurs, which we've seen a little bit of, but not to this extent. This was really, really fun. And of course, we get some of the classics, running on land and stuff like that. So there's a lot that goes into it. And the director, Gareth Edwards, really knows how to film scale. So it's scary, and sequencing, right? The movie is just over 2 hours, but each of the set pieces, there's a great setup in terms of the scariness, almost like a horror movie, and then kind of you're anticipating like what's going to happen and what are they going to do and things of that nature, and it's really a lot of fun. The plot overall makes sense. It's as a famous director Alfred Hitchcock called it, the MacGuffin, right? It's something that the characters are after, but the audience doesn't really care, right? It just needed an excuse as to why they would go and attempt this dangerous mission. And, for them, it's like, I get it, right? Early on, it takes just a little bit to get into the fun aspects of it. And I thought, like, it's doing various setup for you to kind of get to know the characters. And there's subplot in there that I didn't know about. And it actually ends up being a nice surprise, at least for me. So I did enjoy that. But there is a bit of setup to make it all pay off. I will say my only sort of like overall nitpick is that some of the character traits were a little bit inconsistent, especially kind of in the beginning. However, they're all forgivable because, again, I'm just having fun, right? And so once we start to interact with the dinosaurs, that's when it really fires on all cylinders. So yes, it takes its time to get there a little bit, but once we get there, it becomes a true thrill ride ultimately, and really, really enjoyable. So it renewed my sense of spirit into it. It doesn't like retcon what any of the previous Jurassic Worlds have done, especially with Dominion, where the dinosaurs are roaming. But it also does something very clever in the opening, like, minute or two. But still, I won't spoil it. I want you to kind of discover it on your own. And so, yeah, for the most part, I enjoyed it. It's a standalone movie. The opening really does give you everything that you need. Like, yes, will seeing prior movies give you an enhanced knowledge of certain things? Absolutely. But you really, really don't need it. And that's what I appreciated about it. They just want to make a good, standalone, thrilling, Jurassic World movie with And that's what they delivered on. Where it goes from here, I don't know. Again, it's kind of like an overall standalone, but it leaves room ultimately of like a follow-up, no different than ultimately like you can look at Jurassic Park, right? In that way, it has a conclusion to its movie, but obviously like, you can take it in a number of directions. So it's kind of like that. So just a lot to enjoy about it overall. In the spoiler section, like if you want to comment down below and denote spoilers, I'd love to talk like what's your favorite sequence, what are your favorite dinosaurs, things of that nature. And then also like, one of the things that, not that it like leaned too far into this, but it did have some good lines about, just philosophical stuff of like man's place in nature and things like that. Things that like, really elevated Jurassic Park, and that became part and parcel of what Jurassic Park was kind of the philosophy of, extinction and, cloning and science and this and that. This, I appreciated that it had like really great sort of quotes. It doesn't quite coalesce, unfortunately, into that, but again, I didn't really need it to. But I appreciate them as like kind of quotes and surprisingly made me think. So there's a lot there, and if you're just into dinosaurs chasing humans and fun new set pieces and new dinosaurs, then I would recommend giving this movie a shot. Go see it in theaters. It's really exhilarating in that way. And if and when you do, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments section, or hit me up on social media at Svitek.